Hey there! Today I'm going to talk to you about Zinnia varieties and the ones that are making the cut in my flower farm this upcoming season. They are also the ones that usually make the cut every season in my flower farm, and I have done for years because basically the main reason is that they are just very low maintenance. They grow strong, sturdy stems, they're prolific, they cut and come again, and they don't succumb to viruses and fungal infections and that sort of thing. So I've got my little trusty book. If you're in New Zealand or Australia and have Kmart, always got to go get my little floral books. Yes, just a little bit obsessed, but I've only got a few notes. The first kind of variety of Zinnia I think ever was probably, correct me if I'm wrong, but the lily parts. So they kind of are your real primary colours, your reds, oranges, bright pinks, yellows, that sort of thing. And they probably get a bit of a bad rap these days. I'm not sure if many flower farmers actually still grow them, but I like them and I still grow them. So according to the packet instructions, it will say that they don't actually get as high as other cut flower varieties, but I get them up growing way past my waist by the end of the season, so I would just disregard what the packet says. So they probably don't grow as big as many Zinnia varieties, but they make a good, so not like a main focal flower in a bouquet, but a little filler flower, the ones that you need to fill the gaps and make a beautiful bouquet. So I'd say they sort of are around a 7 to 8 centimetre diameter size Zinnia, and I like them because they just are like a really cute little pop of colour and add detail, and they're just a very happy kind of little cute cherry flower. So I don't use them in all my bouquets or work, but there is a place for them, and so they do make, they make the cut in my flower farm. The next one that I wanted to talk about is Oklahoma, which is kind of fluffy. It's been bred more, so it's more refined in colour, I'd say, and the Oklahoma variety that I really like to grow is pink. It always makes the cut. So they are a larger, more focal flower, probably more like a sort of 10 to 12-ish centimetre diameter. A lot of doubles, like with the layer upon layer, and yeah, they are a good, strong, sturdy growing variety as well. So definitely look into your Oklahoma series, and they come in other beautiful colours as well. This year I think I've just got Oklahoma pink at this stage. I would have to check that, but yes, definitely making the cut this year. And another variety that I really like to grow is, I buy it as Giant from King Seed New Zealand, and I don't know if it's like related to the Benary's Giant variety and that's how it got its name, but King Seed New Zealand have a giant white, giant lime, which goes really nicely with lots of different shades, and a giant pink, which is kind of quite a deep, dark, bright pink, like a traditional kind of old school flower pink. But I still grow it because, it's got a place. So those varieties I've grown for many, many years, and they are great. Giant being that of course they are larger, they make a great focal flower, and I'd say they're probably like pushing 15 centimetre in diameter. So for all these varieties, I'll obviously, you probably would have noticed because I've been doing it already, but pop the names and the images up on the screen. Hopefully I can find great footage of everything I'm talking about from previous seasons. But yes, that series is great, and it will make a cut this year in my flower farm. So I cannot go without mentioning the florets and the Dawn Creek relationship that they had together over in America, and we were able to import some through Emmerdon, New Zealand, and a few other people just personally imported them and brought them in, and honestly they were so beautiful. So that was not last year but the year before that I grew those. I'll pop some footage up and you'll see what I mean. They were just like the most incredible colours, shades, like real pastel-y. I'll pop also the names of the varieties that I bought up, and if you got an opportunity to purchase any of those, I would highly recommend. I bought little ones, I can't remember the names off the top of my head, but I'll pop them up, through to larger sizes, and they were just all absolutely magical. Honestly, I would definitely buy those again if we could. And apparently there's a rumour that they are being brought back into New Zealand again, possibly for next season, so I'm really excited about that. But I saved the seed from the florets that I grew, and I totally forgot about them last year. Well, I did remember, like, when it was way too late in the season to even start them. So they've been sitting in a drawer in a dark, cool place. I think they'll be absolutely fine. I'm going to grow them this upcoming season. So it's the babies of my florets, and I chose seed from all the varieties that I purchased. So I don't even know what I'm going to get, guys. They've obviously been pollinated by bees, and who knows what's going to come of it. First up, I have to get them to germinate, but I'm pretty confident they'll be fine. And secondly, subscribe and follow along if you aren't already, and you can watch this space. But yeah, I hope to grow some beautiful, beautiful flowers from those. So we're unable to sell seed from Floret and Dawn Creek. They're under license from what I understand, but we are allowed to grow our own saved seed that we saved from purchased product. So that's going to be super cool to see how that turns out. So baby of the florets making the cut in my flower farm this season. Another one that I'm going to grow is candy cane. Now, I don't know what this would be called overseas, but if you Google King Seed New Zealand candy cane, in case I can't find an image of ones I've grown in the past, it literally is like a cute, bright, multicolored candy cane. And I don't know, I've kind of been in like era the last few years, I guess, of like pinks and antiques and pastels, but this year I'm going to bring in a bit more bright. And I personally really love orange flowers. Like, I've got a lot of orange tulips coming on. I don't know if that's normal to love orange this much, but yeah, you got to grow what you love as well. And I find it easier to work with things that I really love, otherwise they may just like sit in the field unused. So I'm going to grow zinnias, like candy canes. So I make these really cute little flower bags. I'll try and post an image, and they're often used as kind of like more affordable little giftings than, say, a traditional bouquet. Like, great for taking to someone in hospital or a neighbour or birthday party, that kind of thing. And they're in a water jar, and they're kind of cute. Like, not kind of cute, they are so cute. Like, they have real cuteness factor. So, and they just fly out the door every time I stop the retail outlet that I do. But I thought that they might be like a cute little variety to pop in those, because they're kind of cheery and happy, and you'll see what I mean if I can find pictures. But yeah, if you can find a variety like that, they'll have their place, definitely. So yeah, that is a variety that's making a cut in my flower farm this year. So what isn't? I'm trying to think. Like, oh, actually, oh my gosh, I haven't talked about Queen Lime. Queen Lime. Oh my gosh, this is an absolute staple. Definitely making the cut. So I think it's actually called Queenie Lime now, not Queen Lime. And I don't know why they changed the name. If someone knows, they could maybe let me know in the comments. But Queen Lime Blush is my favorite. Like, I just use that on all the time. It's like a yellowy, just beautiful, honestly. But there's Queen Lime Blush, which is yellow, Queen Lime Orange, which is obviously orange, Queen Lime Peach, which throws peachy apricot, and Queen Lime Red. And they're really kind of antique-y, dusky, kind of like shades of those colours. And yeah, I'm sure you can tell that I really rate those. I grow, like, I think I probably will grow, I worked out about 1,200 zinnias this season, because I am a florist myself. I supply one florist, definitely, and I may supply some others if they ask or if I have excess. But I also have done pick your owns, not last year, but for the 2 or 3 years prior to that. And I'm thinking I may do pick your owns again, so I really need like a lot of zinnias. So where was I going? Oh yeah, so say if I plant 1,200 zinnias, I'd say like a good, at least half will be Queen Lime series. Yeah, that's how much I rate them. And I'll put in some footage if I can find from the last year or two. So I can't actually really think of many other varieties that there are of zinnias. Basically, I may as well have just said that I'm growing them all. Except, I could be wrong though, let me know in the comments. Except Zinderella. I will not be growing Zinderella. And the reason why, I mean, obviously a lot of people do grow Zinderella really well, and I see beautiful images and that sort of thing, but it must be my microclimate. I'm not quite sure what's with Zinderella when every other zinnia goes great, but for me, I just don't find the stems as strong. They get kind of markings on them, and yeah, I only like to use perfect flowers in my work. So if something has like the slightest defect, it's literally gets composted. I know that sounds really rough, but I like to have a good reputation of selling perfect pristine flowers, and also especially like supplying to another florist or that sort of thing. I like to have a good reputation of having really premium, good quality flowers, and I just found like Zinderella gets little markings and I just wouldn't feel comfortable using it or selling it. So yeah, it doesn't make the cut. It also succumbs to powdery mildew, which is a fungal infection, which my zinnias all do succumb to this by the end of summer, which is way when they're on their way out anyway, and they're basically nearly dead and ready to be pulled out. All my zinnias do, but I feel like Zinderella always succumbs like earlier in the season. And yeah, sorry Zinderella, you are so pretty, but you are not making the cut in my flower farm this year. So I'm not sure. That's all the notes I had, was just the varieties in my little Kmart book here. Of course, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. This is why I'm here. I'm doing this for you, not for me. And this is the 4th video in a series I've done actually about zinnias. I've talked about why I rate them in the first one, how to grow them, and also some tips and tricks to grow heaps of them and make them so prolific. So this is number 4 and the final one in the series for now, about the varieties that I really just think are amazing. So if you've made it this far, I thank you so much for watching, and I'm really excited to start growing. I'm going to start growing soon. I always start growing really early in July, and people say I'm crazy, but I've done it for years, so it works, so I mustn't be that crazy in this respect anyway. But I grow them in my favourite little 6-punnet one, and I'm probably going to start it on Saturday. There's a time slot free there where I'm going to begin that mammoth journey, and I hope that maybe some of you will follow along with me and we can grow together. And yeah, I just want to thank those people who have followed me along, and there's like a few of you that do follow me on YouTube, and I'm really grateful, because obviously who starts a flower growing channel in the middle of winter when there's hardly anything growing? But you've trusted me and turned up, and I'm grateful. Like, you've gone from watching me hiding behind chicken coops to not even having a microphone, not even having a tripod. But yeah, you must have had a little bit of belief in me or something, that I had a few things to share and a little bit of value that I can hopefully input into your life. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for being here, and hopefully soon we will have fields of beautiful flowers for these videos. Yeah, thanks guys, bye.